What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here from Muscle Serpents Daily, and it is Tuesday. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo for Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're back again, and it's Wednesday morning here, and guess what we're doing? That's right, we're going to go into that snake room, and we're going to get those blue-tongued skinks awake. We're going to wake them up, because the winter's over here, at least in Florida it is, not up north. But we got to get these guys warmed up a little bit. We got to get them back into their original cages with some basking lights. We got to give them some food and water. And hopefully in another week or two, we can maybe start making some introductions of the males and the females. Once again, I have yet to breed blue tongues. I spent the first 2 years studying them basically and their habits and eating and trying to get them into a rhythm of my room at least. And hopefully I succeeded. We'll see. Let's go take a look. I haven't really looked at them for the last 10 weeks, and other than to give them water. Now we're going to wake them up and see what's going on. All right, guys, I want to thank Joe and Imperatori at Albino Sulcattas for sending me these awesome Albino Sulcatta Tortoises. I've been dying to get these since I interviewed him at Daytona a few years ago. Actually, I interviewed him a couple times, and he produces the most awesome Albino Sulcatta Tortoises. I got 2 of them from him. Well started, and look at that. Look at those beautiful red eyes. Look how white those shells are. So I got a pair of them. They're going to be living with my one ivory I have. I have an ivory sulcata right there. Oh, look, they're friends already. Look, you can see the difference. The ivory is a T-positive sulcata tortoise, so it's got some taurosin in it. It's got some, melanin in it. That's completely devoid melanin sulcata. That's a team negative albino with the red eyes, obviously. And you can see the difference. It's pretty apparent. And hopefully they'll all be friends. Hopefully we can make some big Oh, look at this guy. This guy already wants to try to get a drink. Hopefully he's not going to fall in the water bowl. I always like to leave water. I know some people soak their tortoises. You know what happens? Whenever I soak my tortoise, I forget that they're in the water and I leave them in too long. So this guy's a climber. He's already like trying to navigate this my little setup here. I use a little tub. I put some Raptor Chip in there. They get their lettuce, fresh lettuce. They got some. I got a shallow water bowl and then a little steeper water bowl with a little extra water. And then of course, here's their basking spot. I put some rocks there so it can heat up a little bit. And they can do whatever they want. They can kind of either go on that side and cool off, or they can stay on this side and be a little warmer. They create their own temperature gradient. Love them, love them. So excited. Thanks, Joe. A little special, extra little tidbit here at Muscle Serpents Daily. You know, sometimes I get to start the day with a little surprise, and today was a great little surprise. I had purchased these guys, and the weather cooperated, and we sent them out, and now I got 2 albino Sulcata Tortoises in my collection. Can you imagine when these things get huge? Joe's got them on his page. If you go to his Instagram, Albino Sulcatta, you can see some amazing looking animals. When they get big, they're just as breathtaking, believe it or not. Look at this little twisty girl. You see this in a snake normally during the year, you'll be like, uh-oh, something's wrong with the snake. Breeding season, that could be an ovulation right there, easily. I showed you snakes similar to this the other day. This is the mama of that snake. Actually, this is a hypo hurricane. Nothing else in there, but she looks like she's experiencing some discomfort and moving some follicles probably through her body right there as well, which is what happens during ovulation. Those follicles that are in the ovaries are all ready to leave the ovaries into the oviduct. And once they enter that oviduct, that's where the sperm's waiting for them, hopefully. And that will fertilize them, and then those those follicles, those fertilized follicles will start to grow. And 30 days after ovulation, And after that shed, which we call the post-ovulation shed, we will see a clutch of eggs on the ground. And then the eggs, once they go into the incubator, will continue to develop, obviously, another 60 days until they're ready to hatch. And that's the process. All right, it's time to move the blue-tongued skinks back into their cages, which are basically rabbit hutches that I modified with basking lights and water bowls, and I'm going to put their hide boxes back in there. I actually moved one already, my albino blue tongue, who's been basking up a storm. He's lost a lot of weight since we've been wintering him, so he's basking. I got some food in there. I haven't seen him eat yet, but he's definitely trying to warm himself up, so hopefully he'll be good. As you can see, I use Raptor Chip, which is coconut husk in here. In all my snakes, I use paper towels, but these blue tongues, these lizards go to the bathroom so much that there's no way. I tried using paper towels. It's you're changing them like twice or 3 times a day. It's just too much. They go to the bathroom too many times, so they're too messy. So this Raptor Chip works great. I got basking lights. I know a lot of people say you don't need basking lights for blue tongues. My experience, and I've been working with them for 2 years now. I haven't done anything in terms of breeding, but they like to bask. They like to sit and bask. So I'm trying to create something that's the most natural for them, I guess. Will I continue to do it once they breed? Because it'll be hard to set up, basking lights for every single one. I don't know, but for now, my 4 that I have their own cages and basking lights. But I'm wintering them in my snake room 1, which is the cool room. So they're just in a vision rack, because they don't need any heat and they don't need any light. And so that's what they're in here for. And we're going to start moving all these guys. We got one in here. And let's see. Okay, under there. Yeah, we're going to move that one soon, and we're going to put them all back in there. So let's take a look. All right, there's my Indonesian Axanthic female. She held her size pretty good through this chilling down phase. So hopefully she'll start eating, and we can try to breed her. The males seem to have got much skinnier than the females. Females seem to have held their size. She's good. Let's take a look at the our other girl. This is my northern. That's our little northern girl. Not so little. She also, held her size pretty well. She's got the beautiful blue tongue there, obviously. She's hopefully going to start eating, and once we get a couple meals in her, and she gets warmed up now that she's in her new cage, or back to her original cage, we could try to start breeding her. So, she's happy. She's like, yes, it's warm in here. I get to eat now. Now I wanted to show you this female again, Axanthic, because we talk about blue tongues. If you look at her tongue, hopefully she'll give us a little tongue flick. She doesn't really have a blue tongue. She's got a blue and pink tongue. It's like, and I'm sure that has something to do with the Axanthic gene, messing up the color distribution a little bit. Once again, she's cold, so we're not getting too many tongue flicks from her. When she warms up, she'll start tongue flicking a lot more. Let's see that beautiful tongue of yours. Let's see that beautiful tongue. You want to show us? Normally, you're very good with the tongue. Beautiful, beautiful looking blue tongue. I love this girl. I really hope I get her to breed this year. She's big, once again. How she held her size this whole winter break, as I like to call it, I have no idea. But she doesn't want to show us her tongue. We'll check out the male. We'll see, maybe he'll give us the tongue. Look at that beautiful black eye, too. There it is. There it is. She heard me saying how beautiful her eyes are. That's what it was. You want to give me another tongue flick? Because we're showing off that beautiful black eye. She's really not totally black, but she's got some nice meaty size on her. One of my favorite, blue tongue colorations. I love the fact that she's just black and white. And I got a male too for her. I don't know if I'm going to produce just Axanthics this year, or Here's my male. He's a little more aggressive, a little more frisky. Once again, axanthic. He's got a little more black in him than she did. He's like, yes, I can move around now. I have energy. It's warm. This is great. Let me knock over the water bowl and the food bowl. Get away from the camera. So anyway, here we go. We got the male axanthic, the female axanthic. I got my albino son and himself. And then, of course, we got the northern female. So I've had him for a couple years now. So I think they've gotten into a rhythm of my room, at least, we like to say. Ah, there you are. Yes, there's the light. You can go bask now and get warm. You like that, huh? Yeah, that's going to be nice to get nice and warm. You've been cold for 10 weeks. Now you get to warm up. Look at them. Tell me they don't like the light, you know. They love the light. So that's the blue tongue project, and like I'll keep you guys updated as they start eating and we start hopefully introducing the males and the females. And hopefully, I pray we get some babies this year. So I can call myself a blue tongue skink breeder. And here's the Raptor Chip I use. And I'm not being paid by them, and no one gives me money for anything. I just kind of tell people what I like to use. I've tried Raptor Chip, which is the coconut substrate. They get it from the outside of the coconut, the stuff they usually throw in the garbage. Unbelievable at holding moisture and absorbing pee and poop. I'm telling you, you hardly have to change the stuff. You can just scoop it if you see poops in there, but literally the stuff is absorbable, and nothing smells. It's almost like you have to force yourself to change the stuff because you just don't even know that they're actually peeing in there because there's no urine smell whatsoever. Stuff is an amazing absorber of any kind of liquid stuff. So it comes in this big block. I throw it in this bin like this. This is exactly what I did. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I threw it in here, a big block of it, and I literally filled up this gallon water jug, and I poured the whole thing in there. And I just let it, and then I took my hands and I just kind of mashed it until I broke the whole block up, and that was what was left. And I put most of it in the blue tongues, 4 cages, and this is what's left of that block. So, and that one block, I'm telling you, you don't hardly have to change it. If you just go in there and spot clean, stuff will last a very long time. Very happy with the product. Would I put my snakes on it? No. I like paper towels. I'm a neurotic. I want to see when they pee and poop, and I want to see everything. Paper towel shows everything. The snakes don't go to the bathroom that often that I have to really worry about it. I can clean them. I'm not worried about it. I would rather over clean my snakes a little bit because or at least I want to know when they're pooping and peeing. I know the blue tongues go into the bathroom every day, multiple times a day, so I don't need to see that. It's been about 8 hours since I put the blue tongues back in their cage, and they've been basking almost the whole time. And they're definitely starting to wake up a little bit. See the little tongue flicks now. They're all basking. Look at them, every single one of them. Or not every single one of them, but a lot of them are. The albino's still sitting under the light. You can't get enough of it. Only one is not basking, but obviously their metabolism is starting to pick up a little bit, and that's a good sign. I haven't really seen much eating of food, but I haven't really been observing them all day, and so hopefully, by tomorrow we'll see some good consumption of food, and then we'll think about putting them together for breeding purposes. All right, that's just a little update. And once again, the blue tongues are awake. What a beautiful day here in Florida, Cape Coral, that is. The dogs are barking, the chickens are clucking, the roosters are cooing, and I have the alligators in my backyard doing what they do, probably eating all the wildlife in the backyard. But it is a good day here in the reptile room because the blue tongues are awake now, and let's see what we can do and hopefully get these things up and going and get some breeding going because I want to see some baby blue tongues this year. That is my goal. All right. I was pretty dumb and naive the first 2 years, and you got to learn on the run. And hopefully I can give you guys, if I actually get up to breed, I can give you guys some of my little tricks that I use and some of the tricks to get them to eat. A lot of people, I had trouble getting my blue tongues to eat at first. They weren't really great eaters, and once they got used to my room and my setting and everything like that, everything seemed to click, and hopefully this will be the year we see some babies. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying all this coverage, and if you are, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning.